stuff on. I moved my desk down just a little bit lower. Hopefully that'll help me get from getting fatigue in my shoulders and my neck. Keep getting me stressed out. Getting all tense and whatnot, so. Oh yeah, now we got to do the game capture so that everybody knows what game we're playing. There we go. Doo-doo-doo, there it is. A little audio going there. Okay, we are going to do a new game. We're definitely doing single. We're going to skip the tutorial because we've done the tutorial before. And we're going to get into the game. Yeah, we are. We're just going to get right into it. Now, I know this game has been streamed by a lot of people. They've done a lot with this already. There's lots of videos that have come out already. And I get it. You know, hey, I played it on day one, but all the big streamers, they they beat me to it, really, more than anything. So we didn't get a chance to really get to play. I mean, we got to play it, but we didn't. And then I got sick, and then it was hard to breathe, and yeah, it was all kinds of crap. So yeah, so that's what happened. And but we're gonna come back to it because this game's a really fun game. I've been playing the shit out of it lately, and it has been just a freaking blast. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna put a bunch of this stuff in here because it's part of the Founders Pack. But all this stuff's part of the Founders Pack, but you can't do any of it until you get, because so if you come here and you look here, those are lems, and you can't put them on until at least level 5 and then level 10, and then you have to have the lem machine built on your base, which you only unlock at a certain point. So being able to do that doesn't make much of a difference on what you're doing in the whole scheme of things and how it's going. It's nice to have them so when you hit that point you can use them, but here initially it's not really that big of a deal. All right, let's get some of this garbage out of our way. We're gonna do something just a little different here. I've been playing this game, and I've actually learned a lot from what I've played so far. And so, are we gonna get it? I don't know what the range of this thing is. If you take those little, nodes out, it makes taking these things down, the meteorites down, faster. So it's always good to do that and then grab the big stuff. So we're going to pop through just some of this kind of quick. If you haven't seen this game, it's a lot of fun. I played it day one. I've played it almost every single day since. It's an absolute blast of a game to play. And the reason I like it is it's got a mix of some satisfactory, it's got exploration, it's got your exploration, your satisfactory. China, welcome. See, I knew if I did earlier, you'd be able to get in. So it's got your satisfactory, it's got your exploration that you like, it's got some combat to it as well. But the interesting thing is like you can play however you want with the game. It really is kind of up to you. That's the fun thing about this game is if you're more of the factory style person, you can absolutely play factory style. And you don't really have to worry about, I need to get up high. I'm so used to having this little drone that you can get at a certain point, which allows you to fly up and kind of see the world in a better vision when you're trying to play stuff. Initially, you just kind of want to find a high point because you want to see the boundaries. So see that blue boundary that runs around out there? That tells me where I can build and I can't build. And so this is what I'm trying to do right now, is just make sure, because there's a way over there is basically it's copper. They call it wolfram, but it's copper. And this is titanium, but it basically is iron. So the idea is to try to make sure that I can get this in a spot that allows me to capture all of the goodies. And this is going to feel like a really weird placement. And you can hit T, and T allows you to freeze what you want to build. This is kind of stuff the game doesn't tell you when you're playing it. It's like there's little key things that you can do that make your life a whole lot easier. So as you can see, there's my blue boundary for my core that you want, and now I can see where it's at and what it's everything that it's got. So I've got all 4 of these wolfram nodes, I've got the 3 titanium nodes, and I've got plenty of room to build. So I think I'm just going to hit click, and I'm going to build that right there. Now here's another little trick to the game that they don't tell you. Is these little support beams. You put these, they're basically just a single piece with a pole underneath of it for support. If you hit Y, there in the center, it locked my level, my Z level. So now anywhere I move, it's going to stay the same level everywhere I go. And that's really, really useful if you're trying to make a nice flat surface and have everything match. And so the kick to these, though, is they are full supports. So they support your base when you're trying to build it up off of the ground. Extremely important to note. And I won't put them up just yet, but then you have these pillar supports, and you can, I will now. You can stack these 3 high. So that gives you a 3 high wall, but they only do that if they're on this kind of a base. You need to have a pillar support underneath of them, or it says it's unsupported. Now, a great way to get away from your base being attacked and having problems and issues is you build the base, or you build your core, the base core, and then you put these pillar supports around the outside, and then you stack these 3 tall. And now, any of the little baddies that might attack your base or cause problems for you can't get to it to cause problems. And now you're protected. And so now you're good. And I picked this up. I can't remember who it was that I was watching that talked about this. This is not my own original idea. This I got from another streamer. I thought it was brilliant. I'm like, yep, that makes sense. And it works big time. And then we're going to run into the... Oops, let's not get ourselves inside. All right. So now that we got that placed, now we need to put our base, and this is the fun stuff, is your actual like habitat does not have to be attached to the core. It's not required to be. Most people do it because I don't really care. It doesn't make a big difference to me. I kind of like it because it makes it close. So just kind of as personal preference, you don't actually have to, do it any one way or the other. Again, that's what makes the game, just like 7 Days to Die. I always preach about 7 Days to Die being at play how you want it. This game gives you a lot of options to play how you want. And so I do. Couple of pieces. I just want to get all those down. And then we still need to get our habitat down though, because we need to use So these right here are basic building materials, and you have to make those. And you make it out of raw titanium and wolfram. Make it out of those. So you do want to get your base down at some point. So this is where I find that locking, hit Y. Now it locks it right there for me, and I can move it, and I can still have everything be at the same height. And now I'm not fighting things. I just put my base wherever I want. Not required to put it right up against your core. And now I can put my habitat in, and this is extremely important because star rupture is the reason it's called star rupture. The star ruptures every so often, and you want to make sure, okay, I don't have some of the other stuff I need, so we'll put that right there. I always like to put a window in somewhere. Let's see. If we came in that way, that means that okay, so we want to go here so we can see what's up. There we go. Woo, it's a pretty world. It really is a really pretty world. I got to give these guys some huge credit. They put together a very beautiful world. The only thing that I would say that I would like more about this is if at some point they get to where they can make it random, totally randomized. If not randomized, at least take some time and build, 5 or 6 worlds. And granted, this game is early access, so it's not like it's not like I should be expecting that right now. They've got plenty of other stuff that they need to sort through first. But for me, it'd just be really cool if they would consider that on their list of stuff we need to do. Okay, so we need basic building materials. We need more of those. You can't have enough of those, which is why I'm going to set up something a little bit different here. I need to set up a spot where, let's do this. Let's do this first. Let's go ahead and hit Y here. And let's just kind of spread this out a little bit here. See, that's where it's going to get squirrely. There's some spots where it just wants to be a huge pain. As you can see, now I've got issues. So now I'm going to come in here and just realign with that bottom right there. So that is where that would sit, just like that. So I just want to align to that bottom piece, and then I hit Y, and now I can come in through this lower spot, and I can balance out my building. And just make sure that we're good through the whole low spots. And now I can build in this dip right here, and I don't have to fight and lose anything. So then I got to come back in with these pillar supports, but they snap right there, just like that. Boom, da boom, da boom. There it is. Super easy. Fills in the hole, balances everything to the exact same height. Nice and easy like. And then it's just a matter of breaking out the platform pieces and just clicking on, and you don't have to do it right here. Again, you can kind of do this however you want. You can do it from standing on top. You can do it from the bottom. Like I said, it doesn't really make a big difference. They don't get super picky on where you're standing. The only thing you want to do is just not lock yourself in, underneath, because that'll ruin your day. It's not like you can't get out. It's not like this little builder thing and your delete button or your undo button is it's not like they're battery powered or anything like that. So you're not gonna you're not gonna lose, lock yourself in somewhere. Whoopsie. Holding down right, so once I get this in where I want it, like that, I hold down the right mouse and then I just drag. It only goes to a certain size before it, reds out. It'll red out too if you can't build over something. We'll see that at some point because it does it to me a lot. Okay, so here's kind of our first platform. I guess I shouldn't say kind of. It is our first platform. So one of the things we're going to do here is go to here and rail connectors. Now my big thing is I like to use these rail connectors rather than just those, because when you do this, it just puts a single piece. And it is it's fairly intuitive. It'll turn, to make sense, and you can hit R and rotate it around, and so you can get it where you want it. Problem is once you put it down, it doesn't, like I can drag another rail to it and it won't change it to this kind of post. It just leaves you stuck. So wherever I want materials to come in at, I'll put one of these 4 posts. And then that just avoids, hang on. Shit. I can take rid of this one. And these rails are just like everything else. They all, these look kind of stupid. I know. I don't care. Once it gets into the base, I really don't give a shit what these look like. They drive me nuts. You can make them look nice if you want. I myself don't care. I never, once I hook these up to a certain spot, I usually never see them again. They're totally ignored at that point. Okay, so then I want this one to go there, and this is going to go from there to there, and then I want to go grab this one all the way out here. And I'm going to bring it all the way in here as far as it'll let me bring it. And then there. Now we got to put some power on this place, and that is the key. Is early game, power sucks, man. It just totally rips you. So looking at our power, we got solar power generators, and these things are shit. As soon as you get it up to the point of being able to get the wind energy, you want that as fast as possible. I need to freaking get over here. And these these can't go behind something, so you can't build in the shadow of one of these mountains because these are solar arrays. So, but you can build them right in front of in front of each other, and it's not an issue. It kind of cracks me up. I'm like, okay, whatever floats your boat. I'm good. It's not that big of a deal to me, but I found it funny. It's like, oh, you can't put the solar generator behind a hill, but you can stick another solar generator right in front of it, and it's okay. Okay, so then you got enough when you see things pumping up, and let's put a ladder. There's a lot of stuff. Oh, I can't put a ladder yet. Okay, hang on. No, yeah, I can right here. There's a lot of stuff they give you right in the beginning when it comes to building, so you're not slugging through a lot of the building items, which is really nice. I enjoy that a lot, that I don't have to worry about that stuff. Okay, so you have enough power when all of your little tiles are green. That means everything that's touching this tile or attached to these tiles is going to get power. Now, the other piece that you can also use to see what your power is, you go to any power spot you're at and just hit E, and now it tells you, okay, right now I'm using 25 power out of 100 possible. This single solar generator is producing 10, we'll say megawatts, 10 watts, megawatts, it doesn't matter. So that's how we know we got enough of what we're after here. And eventually it'll become, everything will shut down. The second you go one little bit over, all of your tiles will turn red, everything will shut off. So it doesn't like just one item shut off or not work. It will make sure you know you don't have enough power. All right, the big thing that I need here is we need to do smelters. You know what? Actually, we need to do. Let's dip out of that, because here's the thing I don't remember. I believe so here's your tech tree basically. You have two pieces that are a tech tree, but this is one. So your corporate terminals, these are kind of what you're doing, your goals, really. These lead you to your next, all the way down, upgrades, new lems with these little chips that make your character have benefits or bonuses. And so here's our pieces we've got to work towards, and it says what recipes you need to send them. So for this Selenian corporation, to get the fabricators, which I need to make all of these things on the right there. You see it scroll through all those items. This is what I need. Now, because I got the founder pack, gives me that 10,000 extra of these data points. I really could just plow through the first 5 or 6 levels super easy and get through it. But I really want to kind of save these points for when we get this recipe station, because these recipe stations, they take these data points to help unlock other recipes that you're going to need. So that's what I'm going to save those for. So right now, to get the fabricator to make things I'm going to need, I need to be doing titanium bars. yeah, titanium bars. So this is kind of the downside to it right here, is because this is in the beginning. I don't have the recipe to do these building materials. So I gotta manually grab these things from the drills. And these will be the bane of your existence. If you don't get this set up early game, you will spend a lot of time trying to do this so that you can kind of get through building. Building is good. These basic material parts, they're going to drive you bonkers. There we go. All right, now we're hooked up. All right, well, we're at 1,200 or 2,027, something like that. Now we can get the stuff built that we need. Okay, so first piece, we need to finish building out our platform here so that we can use it. So Y. And this game comes with like double jump is pretty much from the very beginning. If you watch any of my 7 Days to Die stuff recently, you'll see that like I'm constantly trying to double jump in that game, and that's because I've played so much of this one that I want to double jump in that game. Just want to be able to get a nice big work area set up so that I don't have to fight with it. And I can get all my stuff put together. And again, this is something I like about this game. I could be standing on some of this stuff and just hit it, and it doesn't say, "Oh, you're in the way." It does it when you're on when you're trying to build fabricators and stuff like that. If you're in the way, then it gets in your way. So here's a piece where it's pain in the rear. This is where that meteorite was at. It doesn't let me build over it with the right click and drag, but if I just do one, I can build right over it. It's kind of stupid. Yeah. Again, early access game. No big deal. They've already put a couple of small little, you know, patches out. So I have absolutely no doubt whatsoever that this is all stuff they're working on and they're going to take care of. Again, a very fun game. It's just really, they don't just give you everything. Your tech tree isn't the whole thing either. See, it's doing this to me again because this is where a meteorite was at. The tech tree isn't everything. It's like you can. So satisfactory. Every time you send stuff up, it unlocks something new. In this game, you have to go explore. As you can see over here, just so that you can see it, over there is like a little research station. Now, it's busted down and there's nobody there except for little alien creatures, little bugs. But you need to go explore those because they give you blueprints. So, unlike Satisfactory, you just kind of automatically unlock stuff as you progress the level of the elevator. In this game, you actually have to go look for the blueprint pieces that you need in order to get anywhere. You're going to get kind of stuck at certain points. Okay, so we want to tell this where we want these to start at, and so I'm going to bring this up to here, and then that will let me attach this one to there, and I can grab this one and I can attach to there, and then I can put my first smelter right here. Now here's a little piece. See how it's got that blue? That's the ground basically that you build on. If you right click, see how it went from 3 to 4, and it took the center point of what's going in and it moved it to the line, and it took it off of the center block. Out of being out of the center of the block, it put it on the line. There are certain items that you build that you're going to want to do that with, and there's certain ones that you're not. A single pole like this sits right in the center. So in this case, we want it to sit right in the center. Actually, we want it to go back one more. And then it's about mathematics. Okay, so this one here, it's interesting how they put this. When they line it up and they talk about it, they say it makes 2 every 2 seconds. Okay, so basically it's 1 to 1. It's pushing out 1 titanium bar every 1 second. Okay, so we're 1 to 1 on those. If we come up here and look, as you can see, this looks a little different than how this one looks. This one looks really ratty. If I look at this one, it tells me that it's pushing out 2 to 2. Okay? So it's making 2 every 2 seconds. If I come up to this one, it says 4 every 2 seconds. So it's producing double, because this is a better node. And you guys I know you guys have seen this. It's something that comes up all the time. In just about every Factorio, Satisfactory, factory game ever made, there's the mathematics of it. So, being that this is at 2 to 1, and these down here are 1 to 1, well, that means that one of these cheap nodes goes for 1 smelter. One of these is a little better of a node, can do 2 smelters. So we're going to put 1 more smelter in here. And then we're going to connect it all together. And again, this is another personal opinion. I like to use these little, what do we call them, these things? These rail connectors. I like using these at every one because I'm kind of a satisfactory snob, I'll be honest. I like the fact that I can make just about everything as square as possible. And so I try to make it square as could be. All of it. Sometimes I'll let it get sloppy like this. But again, once I get past this point, I don't care. From this point back, it's whatever it takes to get it here. And that's what matters. Okay, why are you... There we go. There we go. Come on now. In my other game, I've got double speed, so these guys are all just hauling rear end. And in this case, really, I could I could actually take this one back there, and I could set this like right in between, and put one here and one there, and then set this 1-to-1. Honestly, it probably would even look better if I did that. Yep, I'm doing that. I don't like how that irritates me just a little bit. Every time I play this game, I learn something just a little new that I don't. I find a new way to do it. So again, this is the same thing. It can be on a single line, a single block, or I can hit the right click and it changes it to 4 block and puts it right in the middle. Now in this case, I'm doing it because I just want it to be smooth as it transitions between these two. And from there to there. And there. So now this one can do 2-to-1, so now it's going 2-to-1. This one does 1-to-1, so now it's going 1-to-1. As you can see, the star over here, this is getting brighter. And that's a way to tell how close you are to the star rupture. You just keep an eye on where the sun's at. And the more this aurora or corona kind of reaches further, it'll give you a warning too, though. It'll say, hey, bad stuff's coming. And then it'll actually give you like a 15-second countdown to when the star is going to rupture, and you can haul ass to your habitat to be safe. Okay. All right, we're feeding that. And now we need these. These are a way for us to send the items to space. Building is not stable enough, so we need to put in China. Thank you for the likes, my man. Thank you. I appreciate those big time, dude. Why did that? Oh, I didn't lock it in place. Lock in place. We're going to want to come this way. I know we are, because this is the way we normally come. Get rid of these. And redo this. Still locked in place. And then we got to put these on there so that it reaches up and hits the floor. And this game is, there's a little grind to it. I'm not going to say there isn't. But I'm trying to think of the other game that we were playing that is literally like there's always something to do. I think the last Caretaker was what I said, is that with like the last Caretaker, there's always something to be doing. Rarely are you ever just sitting around waiting for something to happen. In this game, there are times There are times, but you can fill it with doing collecting for food, for water, kind of like what I'm doing right now. Mainly because I know once I build on this, those all disappear. But yeah, so you can go lots. There's a lot of different ways to do this, and a lot of ways to make it work for you, and to really enjoy this game. And I think that's really why, when it comes down to it, I actually do enjoy this game so much. You're not locked in like so many other games do. Like Satisfactory, you're just pretty much locked in to building. It does have some exploration, just so that you can go find other stuff. But for the most part, it's pretty locked down. You're building. That's all you do. Okay, so if we come back over to our beast, I need to finish this out. I get 800. So let's do this. Let's lock that in, so I can get some foot pads down. I can connect my base over here. Nope, that's too low. Too low. Oh, come on. I almost would rather a one-click. Kind of a one-click system when it came to deleting. This whole hold and whatnot can be a little slow. At least for me. I'm sure somebody thought it was smart, just in case they were accidentally clicking on the wrong thing. Fill in the gaps and keep on rolling. I forgot all the things down below. That's okay. Alright, so when we come in here and look, we can see that this one's going up. And that's because we're getting points every single time. We're getting 1 point per titanium bar. So when it throws 200 up, then we'll have, we'll be able to level this up and get the fabricator, which makes all the things on the right there that scrolls through. I kind of wish it would let you, if you highlight this, you could scroll that yourself. Wild Wolf, welcome. Thank you for the share, my man. Appreciate it. Lurk away, dude. Lurk away. Marcus, welcome. So as you're doing this, we got to build different things to unlock stuff as we go here. This is the initial part. It's kind of the boring part. Like I said, if you get that little, I don't know, it's like $4 that you can get the founder added piece that gets you some extra goodies, that lets you get that extra 10,000 data points. There's a bunch of this that you can unlock and level up if you want. Just tap right through it and move right on. I like to save these because we are going to unlock the recipe station next, which is Wolfram bars. But I don't think we have enough of those to make it happen. We're going to go give it a try. We're going to have a rupture here in not too long, so you guys will be able to see that. Okay, so here's where our stuff is coming in. We need to go ahead and grab some smelters. The arrow thing's pretty self-explanatory, really. All right, we want... Yeah, I guess I'll go right there. It's not that big of a deal. And again, here's the mathematics. We know that these are 1-to-1. So we go look. This one's 1-to-1. We're getting 2 at a time, so there's 2. This is a 2, so we need 4 smelters to keep up with that. This one here is 2. So 6 smelters will get us the equivalent of what we need here. So 1, 2, 3. I think I can do this. I'm going to make this turn. 4. Shit. No, I can't. Damn it. Pish posh. Okay. We'll get rid of this one. We'll get rid of this one. We'll try it again. We gotta fix the floor though. This I will fall through this hole, guaranteed, every single time. And so we're getting closer to a rupture. And yeah. Oh shit. No, that's not close. That is a rupture. Yep, there it is. 14 seconds. Somehow I missed the warning. Woo. Okay. And I do that a whole lot. I get into the building portion and totally oblivious to the rupture. And if this was in real life, this would be scary as hell. The noise from this would be insane. So now we have to wait. So a tip, this is the time to go explore. After this happens, it kills all of the freaking little bugs and stuff that attack you. It kills them all. So if you were going to explore, now's the time to run off and explore. So we got to wait till it goes dark. It'll tell us, oh, it's returned to normal. And you'll find out, too, though. If you thought, oh, I'm just going to rush out here, it'll tell you, oops, taking damage. So, funny thing is you can stand in the airlock and you're perfectly fine. But if you step outside the airlock, then it takes you as being outside while it's super hot. Hot, hot, hot. Okay, now it tells you temperature's back to normal. You're all good. This all cools down based on what your core does in venting the heat. So your core, base core, is your heat sink. And it's spitting out whatever, heat, dissipating the heat based off of this. And when it turns back to green, blue, green, teal, now everything, the power works again and everything turns back on. So we're going to finish building here. 1, 2, 3. We got to do 4. Oops. Oh, Nike. That's the only thing that I wish it would do on its own is just, if you've got something already set up, just auto rotate to where the part is next to it. So I don't have to even think about it. It just does it for me. There, and that's not stable, really. Oh, I gotta go underneath because I am not letting that go. That needs to be stable. Shit. I don't know how much more we would have to put under here. And these other characters that are in the game,
I've worked hard for my rank.
They talk to you. I've got that turned off because it just gets irritating at points. Like, they just babble about some bullshit, and you're just like, okay, shut up. I don't really care about what your history is. Why? Why won't you let me go there? You'll go there, but you won't go there. Why is that not stable? Well, that might be, because those aren't even connected. Brandon F., welcome. Let's see what we can do about making this stable. I'll just put a bunch of this crap in here. Eventually we'll get to where it's happy. Oh, that's not working. Okay. Let's put some more out here. Again, Y is your best friend. With Y, you can lock it at that height, and it'll always end up being at that height. Why are we having power issues? All I did was put in some blocks. Do I have enough? I got just enough to put like one more in here. And I got to go hand make some. Was that enough? That was just enough to turn it back on. And I don't have enough to do anything with, so I'm gonna have to go do this. Come take some of that. What are we? 156. We got 44. All right, let's go take some more. Noah Howell, welcome. Ladders are a little funky. I'm glad that we don't have to like click on it and we get locked on the ladder. But they are a little funky to get up and down because you can pretty much just like slide left or right on them. And if your cursor's not flat, then you end up doing this all the way up, and it's a real pain in the rear to try to get up and down the ladder. So if I had any added desire for these guys to do something that would be quality of life, it would be just make the ladders a little more sticky. Not like, don't have them, be the defining factor that you get stuck on the ladder, but just being a little more sticky. When I hit a certain point, I'm on the ladder, not sliding on and off of the ladder, which that's the part that just, it gets me just simply because it's that, it's an irritant. I'm not going to lie. It's just an irritant. Quality of life, it's not the defining factor. I like that I can build right into and through the landscape. I like that a lot because then I can make nice smooth transitions and it just kind of, to me, that looks prettier than having holes all the way around it that I could fall into. Because if there's a hole I can fall into, I'm going to fall into it. Okay. Really? Oh, you're just playing games now. Okay, well, I can play games too. You'll just go right there. Okay, now we got to put down our poles to run our lines to. These are also a little funky at times to, attach things to. The way they attach in the ground is a little odd. Sometimes you can get it to click right to it, and other times when you're looking at it, it wants to register the ground underneath. So you'll be looking at it, and it'll be trying to place it on the ground underneath of what you're doing. Nitpicky, I know. It just, to me, it seems like that should work just a little bit better at where I'm looking at. Now, this is another piece that I'm being a little nitpicky right now. I don't know if they'll ever watch this. I don't know if they even care. They may already know. But see how my tower is? That my tower is at standard height, yet it still has to go up to get to the standard entrance port of the smelter. One of these needs to change. Either the standard height here is at the smelter length, or the smelter shrinks down just a little bit and is at the standard height of the pole. I don't care which. The thing is it's so off by such a fraction. It's like whoever was making the rail system wasn't talking to the people who were doing the models for the equipment. Because if they would, they'd be like, yeah, we need to make that. Just make it line up. It's not hard. And then change your increments, because not all of the entrance ports are exactly the same. But change the increments, because you can put a... I'll show you here. This is another weird little thing. So you could put a pole down. Now, if I hit the middle mouse button, I get that little up and down arrow. I can raise this pole up or down. But if I stand over here and I look at that port, and I raise this down, it's got standard height, and then it goes to the top. It needs, in my opinion, it needs to be a half click. Because if it was a half click, this would almost line up perfect. I think that just the way that they've got this set up needs to have a little bit more freedom in how high or low I want that to go. It's a nitpicky thing, but I really think that one or the other thing needs to be able to line up. It doesn't matter to me how, but that just seems really kind of janky for the start of a video game. You know, just make your poles line up with your imports, or make the imports line up with your poles. I don't really care which one you use, and make your increments that you can adjust heights just a little bit closer. Again, early access, and I'm sure that there are the people out there who are 1,000 times more OCD than I am about it. And they have already let Creepy Jar know. Christy joined us on TikTok. Hello, babe. And Patrick Threet. In and out. Okay, so now we got our stuff moving. Again, here's kind of the downside. Just like most games, your rails, your rails and your conveyor belts, each level can move more. So we're at tier 1s, and we can't move very much. The interesting thing is, though, is as soon as these fill up, this doesn't become an issue, because this is a pull system. So the only time this matters is when you're first loading the equipment. That's it. Any other time, it doesn't make a difference anymore. And so you can kind of cheat this by going like this, and I can do that, and I can come here, and then I can put it like that. And then I come down here, and I can just dump my own extra in here, and it doesn't run into issues with allocating. It speeds up the process of allocating the number of stuff that you need. Like, this is already full, I'll take that. This is full, I'll take that. And then I'll come back over here, and it's only sending stuff to the items that are being used. So these are the only 3 that I have turned on, or 2 that I have turned on. So as soon as I turn that, it's going to send a bunch more. As soon as I turn this one on, it's trying to send more to it. And I'll just save it the process by doing this. And that'll just kind of help it along. Again, not something that, early game is going to be a big deal. It's one of those things that just kind of is what it is. Everything's just, it's letting you get, if you haven't played this game, it's just giving you an opportunity to catch up and understand. So now we're just going to dunk several of these down. And of course, we're out of power, so we're just going to do this, and then I'm going to click that, and I need to go see which one I want to make sure I get first. I don't have it memorized. Let's go over here and add some more power. You're going to get a huge... When you first build your little power station, solar generators. Make sure you have plenty of room. I mean, grant you can put these anywhere. It's not like you have to put them together. I like putting them together because when I get the solar, I get the wind generators, then I just take these out and I put the wind generators right in the same spot. And then I've already allocated my... Why did you go down? Gotta go. Get rid of it. Okay. Alright, that should have put power back in my old base. Yeah, everything's moving over there. Okay. Alright, let's go see who we have to send stuff to. What is the next piece we want to unlock? Alright, so we've unlocked level 2, so now we can do fabricators. To get this one, we need titanium bars or titanium rods. The top one is always going to give you more points towards this piece here. Alright, so this one's Wolfram bars. That's the generator. That's the med tool. This one's looking for titanium. That one's looking for titanium. So we can go change that and get the pistol. The recipe station is what we need. So we want it to be on the Moon Energy Core. Yeah, Moon Energy Core first. Again, initially it's all 1-to-1, 1 point. See, like you have 5 points here if you get a titanium rod, versus 1 point using just the titanium bar. So you're always trying to want to use the top one, but if you're one of those people like me who's over-engineered some shit, then it doesn't matter. You're going to have more titanium rods, and you just put more of these OCLs, these orbital cargo launchers. You just put more of these down, and you just keep flinging them into the sky as quick as possible. No big deal. Okay, what did we... I forgot which one we wanted for that. Okay, let's see. Wolfram, titanium bar. We need Griffiths. Let's go do Griffiths. We'll change these guys to Griffiths. Griffiths there, and then we just put those extra in there. No big deal. Okay, Griffiths, choose, double click, and puts it in there. We're not wasting anything. That one was never even on. Whoopsie. Okay. Alright, so now we got stuff getting launched into space. Everybody's taking stuff. All of it is moving right along. Let's go ahead and finish putting down our pieces here so that we can get this done. My initial area is probably always too big. Interestingly enough, over that hill over there is like a way better spot to do a base, in all honesty. I will probably ditch this one at a certain point. Just simply for nothing more than over the hill, there's sulfur, which you need late game. There's calcite, which you need really early, but I'll just tap that one. It's right there. And then there's wolfram and there's iron, even a pure node over there, which is 8-to-1. It's huge. It's a big deal. So you want it. But there's also lots of little enemies and stuff over there too that you're just not ready to take on. All right, so we've got that stuff cracking. Really? What do I have? I got plenty. You know what? Let's just do it. Shoot. Can I get away with putting that right there? If they're gonna let me, then I'm gonna do it. See, here's one of these weird points. It just 2 coppers not connected to a launcher. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm just trying to figure out how to... I'm just going to pop them in. I've got the extra... I got to undo all of these launchers. I'm going to have to undo all of them at some point as well. These will all disappear because then I'll change it into Spaceballs. No, not satisfactory. It's called starrupture. It is satisfactory like. Okay, satisfactory, Factorio. They're all factory games, but starrupture adds more. Satisfactory is some exploration and mainly your factory, and you have conveyor belts. This one, you use rails. Everything travels on like little rails. And you have enemies that are out here. So you've got little bug enemy things out here that you will need to kill or will attack you. You have locations like this one out here that you have to go explore and do that kind of stuff to get blueprints that you're going to need to use in your factory. So it's got combat, it's got exploration, it's got the factory builder in it. It kind of takes a lot of what all of the other factory games has and puts it into one. And so I think for me that appeals. Yep, they're map boundaries. They do, let's see, we need calcium for there. Give me 1 second, I'll get right back to you. Wolf, okay, so those are Wolfram bars. Okay, so I think all my titanium stuff needs to switch. No. Is this one going on? Okay, so when this one goes, then it'll need to, I think it'll need to switch. So part of it is here is you're shipping stuff off to this corporation, and as you meet each one of these needs, it unlocks certain items that you need. At one point, we unlock wind turbines. It's got 200 megawatts per hour versus what our little solar generators do, which is like 10. So it's a huge upgrade to get to that point. In other spots, you need, here's a defensive turret that you'll want to have at some point, a helium extractor that you're going to need. Let's see if it unlocked. Yes, okay, so I'll put this down and explain this real quick. So this is a recipe, your recipe station. When you go in here, all of your stuff has recipes. You take things that you have built and these data points that you get from exploration and researching stuff, and you unlock stuff that you need. And like in this case, to get a calcium block, we got to go get 1,000 calcium and put it in here for the recipe station, and we unlock calcium blocks. This fabricator, same thing here. We've got to do these things in order to unlock these. Now, these blueprints right here, these blueprints, you have to go find those. They don't unlock any other way than you exploring and finding them. And so these are needed in other recipes that you're going to get as you move further up. Like this tube, you have to go find the blueprint for the tube. You're going to need tubes for the applicator later on. So it gets you doing a little bit of everything, not just building. At some point you're going to build and you're like, okay, time out. I'm kind of sick of building. I want to go do something else. And so you run out and you go do some exploring and killing. And if you look here, we have 3 different sets of skills that we do: survival, combat, and movement. The more I run around, the more I unlock movement. The more shooting I do and fighting, the more I unlock combat. And the more of the eating, basically, than the more I do on my survival. Right now, they've got you stuck at 40, or 40 or 45 for the skills. And these open up slots that you can put what they call lem, and I don't remember exactly what the term for lem is, but you can put these little bonus pieces, chips, into your character to help unlock better skills, running faster, more stamina, using less stamina. You can see further around you on your mini map. Again, things that you kind of have to unlock as you go through the game. So not just a factory builder. It's added a little bit extra. I can't show you the map right now, but we can. I think I can go. Does anybody need Wolfram? Anybody else need Wolfram? Just, yeah, you do. So we'll just dip these over real quick. We don't want to waste too much time on it. Let's go kill some bugs. We got a pistol. Oops. Oh. E. There we go. Put all that stuff in there. Okay, so it's I don't have any ammo. I forget what it takes to make pistol ammo. We'll go see the edge. They will unlock it. Pistola ammo. Just some regular stuff. Okay, we'll just do 300. Okay. And you have your little miner tool. This will actually kill bugs too. It just shoots a little, kind of like a laser. So you do have some defense or some offense from the very beginning of the game. And you always have your pistol, and the ammo for the pistol is easy to make. Some of the boundary, they put mountains that you just can't get over. Plain and simple. So it's kind of a natural boundary. Right now, one of the things that they have is, see where that's green? That's radiation. They're going to open the game up as we go through the early access process. They're going to open that up. And so you will be able to get in those areas. I don't know if it means that the radiation's going to like disappear. Or if they're gonna, we're gonna get a radiation suit, or like a rad shot or something like that. Are they being nice to me and not giving me bugs right away? But yeah, see like a radiation over there. These are things that you run around and find. They're drones. These give you extra data points to help you unlock stuff. So again, one of the reasons you want to do exploration on the game, absolutely, Spaceball, anytime. It's a great game, dude. If you like a little bit of first-person shooter, you like a little Satisfactory, you like a little exploration, this game really has it all in there together. And so and even now, the co-op is actually pretty good. My only thing is make sure you have room on an SSD. My wife and I play it, and she didn't have hers on the SSD, and man, her hard drive would just basically lock up and would freeze, and she had major problems with it. So, yeah, eventually they're going to unlock all of this out here, but right now you take radiation damage. So that's kind of your boundary. I've never played Factorio, so I'm not a hunter. I couldn't say one way or the other. I should probably try Factorio, to be honest, but when Satisfactory came out, I was a major nerd over Satisfactory. I thought Satisfactory was great, and to me, it only got even better. But I like the first person kind of view of things, which might be, you know, the difference there. So then there's these things like this that right after the wave, a rupture comes through, and the flame wave comes through, then these open up, and you can sneak down in there, and you can see inside. Yeah, I get that because and you're always looking for these drones. Again, they give you data points when you research these. This game, you unlock a building drone at a certain point, so you can get up higher. I can't remember if that's something you have to unlock in Satisfactory or if you have that from the beginning. Can't remember off the top of my head. But basically everything in this game you find, pick up, because you're going to use it to research, and you can use to make food or water. Or you need it for data points to help unlock blueprints. And so every so often, you'll do something like I just did. You'll just make a little runaround. You'll check everything out, see if you can find any added, goodies, and then you'll come back. And so we'll check in real quick and upgrade some of our stuff here. So wolfram wire and wolfram bars, we're doing that, and that's what we need now to go to the next level. Wolfram bars will give us 1 point. Wolfram wire will give us more. So we want to go with the next one here. Titanium rods again will give us better points. Grenades, wolfram wire is going to give us more points. So titanium rods. Then we're gonna have to get this calcium, because then I can unlock the map and show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so you come to the research or the analyzer, and you take these and you put them in there, and it gives me 800 data points. And those are things that I want, because when I come over here to the recipe station, if I go to my food, you need data points to unlock these things. And so again, kind of your tech tree is kind of this. Really up to you in how you want to do it. Some people have gotten it to the point that they know which water and food and mixtures and stuff are the more, the OP things to use. So they'll only spend their data points on that specific and unlock that item only. I'm not that way. I don't really care. But I know that's really good. But you spend a lot of time. There's times running out there gathering that you'll do as well. Which is why playing with friends, again, is a fun thing to do. Because, like, my wife, she'll run around and do all this collecting of the foodstuffs and find data points. So that we don't have to mess with the data points. She just does a bunch of that. Comes in here, puts it in, researches it. So it's a whole lot easier for us to do. That's kind of her thing for it. In this case, we're going to unlock both of those, and we're going to unlock that just because I've got it right now. Let's see, intermediate building. So I don't worry about this right away, because intermediate you won't use till you get to helium, and it takes a while to get to where you're making these items here. Let's see, smelter. We don't have 1,000, so we're going to keep working on that. The fabricator, we're going to want to do that because we want a fabricator to be able to make these things. Those are our basic building materials, so it's going to save us a lot of time. Oh, Spaceballs, if you're still around, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that very much. So we're going to do this and that and that. We're just going to kind of use up our points to unlock what we can there. So now to unlock titanium beams, I need 600 titanium bars. I need another 600 to unlock the sheets. I need 600 wolfram. And that's what I need for that. So here's where I get fun. I put in storage units. Just make sure they're still here, though. Did I unlock them? I haven't unlocked them. Shit. Okay. Okay, we need rods. And if I'm not mistaken, these are also 1-to-1. So we're going to do that. And let's just take a look. Titanium rods. It's 1-to-2. So every 1 second it puts out 2. Or you get 1 every 2 seconds. So really, for every 1 of these smelters, you could have 2 of the fabricators. But for right now, that's too much for me. So I'm going to take those rods. Oops, nope. E. I'm going to take those bars. And I'm going to take those bars because I want all those bars because I got to go use them in the research. Same with these. We're going to go ahead and take these down. We're going to have to put fabricators in there because we're going to need wire. I don't know if I have enough. It's 140 for a fabricator. Let's twist that around. And I'm sure these are probably the same thing, 2-to-1. I'm not gonna stress it here initially. Yeah, this is 2-to-1. 2 every 4 seconds. So it's gonna be the same thing. 2-to-1. I think I wanted that wire. That's okay. Is it all high? Where is it at? There we go. I don't like how I have to get so close sometimes just to get it in the right spot. Again, something I'm sure that they're going to work on. Come on, I can't. Dang it. Get up here so I can be higher. Damn it all. Okay, we're just going to make that work just like that. Oops. Okay, we're going to go here to here, here to here, here to here. Just going to connect these all up. See, and that's the interesting thing is, like, even these, you can see there's a slight offset. None of it ever lines up just right. This is an OCD person's absolute freaking nightmare. Is basically all I can say about it. If you like your straight factory lines, don't get this game because you're never going to get them perfectly straight. You're just not. Okay, we need to go. I always forget which and where I need to go sometimes. Okay, we don't care about that one. Smelter, we don't care about that one. Fabricator, put some in there. We need to put those in there, and then we'll have to get this stuff later. Yep. Okay. And you always got to remember to eat because you got food and water here. Some of the things you eat will build up your toxicity. You want to try not to do that, and they have other stuff that you can eat that removes your toxicity and or it goes down over time. Okay, I need more building. Okay, that's calcium. I can't do anything with that just yet. Storage and this. So I need Wolfram ball. Oh shit! I need Wolfram bars right here. Son of a gun! I shouldn't have taken those down. Damn it all. we're going to do that. I don't like using that early, but I don't want to have to go back and rebuild those pieces just to come back here and then rebuild it again. So now Wolfram wire will work. Wolfram wire will work for that one. We'll need titanium rods for this one. Wolfram wire for this one. Okay, so we got to Wolfram wire the hell out of a lot of these next ones. But I do need a few more of these. Let's just run down the system, grab a few more. We'll just take it all. We'll make the system work for it just a little bit. Let's go over here and grab a bunch more of this iron or titanium. Do that real quick. That'll solve that. Let's connect these. And we already selected titanium rods, titanium rods, titanium rods. All right, let's let that run. Yep. Okay. And again, trying to get through some of this pretty quick. Okay, let's just do that. Get it off of my list. So do that. All right, so that covers. Now we can do basic building materials, and that's made in the fabricator. Basic item printer. Titanium beams we can now make, and we need another 400 titanium bars. That closes out that one. Okay, so we need 400 titanium bars, and then we can go put that stuff back in circulation. It acts like you can't put this stuff back in, but if you know where it is on your inventory, even though it's grayed out, you can drag it and put it right back into the system, so you're not, you don't lose it completely. Okay, this is all caught up. That's all caught up. We need that's taking too long. I need to make some more building material. So we're gonna take that. Those will that'll pump out pretty fast. That's 2. Is it supposed to be 3 right there, right? Did I grab this one? Yeah, grab that one. Okay. Moving on to this one out here. That'll give us 400. We'll run over and grab some titanium. It'll all catch itself up, so I don't stress it too much because I'm not storing anything. And the one weird thing about this game is once you're like done making something, there's no like if your inventory, if your storage and everything is full, there's no way to get rid of your extra stuff. You don't get any additional points for it. It doesn't do you any good in any form or fashion. Building materials. Okay, I need like 100. It's like Satisfactory. When you get to a certain point in Satisfactory, you can just dump all your excess into to getting tickets. basically like a recycler. You just get tickets from it that you could use to spend on better stuff. Like stuff for your character, or other fun things to use in the game. And in this case, currently, once you've completely maxed out everything, there's nothing else you can do with it. And most of your systems will basically just shut down, or they'll run very slow, because they're not using as much initial material. All right, let's go make some more basic building material. And the only way to get rid of anything is you just come outside and you right click and you hit drop. That's the way you get rid of stuff in this game. And then when you get the next wave will come through, it'll destroy this stuff. There's not like a trash can or anything that you could put any of it in. Okay, so we want to do cargo. Make sure I line this up. There's one. There's two. Three. And everything shut down. Of course it did. Why wouldn't it? That's all right. And you always have to build from the direction you're going, So you start in one spot and then you go to the next spot. Even though the output says out here and in here, you can't click here first and then come here, because these little arrows will be facing the other direction, or it will error out on you and say, no, you can't do that. It's a real pain in the rear. I just want to connect these two machines, use the ins and outs however they're intended. Alright, now we gotta build some more power. This is the part, again, you use so much of this shit, it drives me nuts. It's like these stupid little generators are just... you want to get to the wind generator as fast as you can. Because outside of that, you spend a lot of time trying to fix your power problems. Oh, it's gonna let me. Sweet. Okay. Well, I'll squeeze them right in here then, if that's what it's gonna let me do. I'll just figure it out from there. Where are we at? 280, 230, so we can add 5 more items, basically. Alright, well, while that's running, let's go over here. I don't want to get too far away, but let's go take a look and see if we got any baddies out here anywhere. We need all this stuff, so I might as well collect it while we're out here. Oops. Oh, there's one right there. So if you can hit them right in the little eyeball. But these guys will jump too. And you can get a machine gun, and you can get like a rifle, and you can get a full blown machine gun, and they all have little mods that you can put on them and change it to the way that you like. If you like to spray and pray, then you can increase rates of fire. If you like more precision, then you have a way to be more precise. The pistol you can't change though. That's the unfortunate part. They give you options for the other items, but I'd like to put a different sight on my pistol, or I would like to increase the magazine capacity for my pistol. Maybe I want to, maybe it's my last resort. I'm out in the middle of nowhere, and I don't have what it takes to make an actual rifle ammunition, but I have enough to make, some pistol ammo. I'd like the option to have my pistol be as upgraded as my other weapons. And they have a shotgun too. I haven't played with the shotgun yet. Usually because I like to be a little bit more precise and not waste ammunition. Just trying to judge my time to see if I want to go up there, because I have to fight baddies if I go up there. And I don't want to have to do that. This thing is not accurate worth a damn. There we go. There's one other enemy type that we haven't seen yet, and they're blue. They're like a big blue bubble. And when they pop, if you're standing in their aura area where they pop, then it takes your shields away. Your shields don't recharge. So you kind of have to keep on the move. You don't really want to just stand there and play Rambo. You got to have a little bit of intelligence. Not a lot. It's not like it's overwhelming. The gunplay on this is not, it's not Call of Duty. It's not, some super duper tactical Battlefield 6, shooter kind of thing. It's not like any of that. But you do have to think a little bit. You don't want to just charge into the mist, into the middle of a whole bunch of enemies, because they will come out of nowhere. They'll just come up out of the ground on you at sometimes. And you could find yourself getting your butt kicked really quick. And, and there's another enemy that is like a big rhinoceros with its arms forward. It plays like it's a shield, so you have to get behind it. It's got a couple of different enemy. See how this all of a sudden started doing that, and then I get the wave warning. Oh, this is going to be close. I might have got too far away. Oh, come on, run! Oh man. Come on. Oh, it's gonna be so close. Woo! Okay, I made it before the countdown even started, so we're all right. Okay, so we unlocked storage depot. Now in this one, it wants plates or wire. I don't know if we want to go grenades just yet. That's rods. I think we want to go med tool next. Definitely want to get the added inventory space. And the furnace is something we're definitely going to need. So titanium. Med tool's it's not that important early on, but it is very useful to have. It takes forever to use the med tool though. Oh my goodness. Like in most games when you say, okay, let's bandage myself, you immediately start bandaging yourself. This thing is like you pull this thing out and you're waiting and it's like charging and oh my goodness. It is so frustrating. It takes so long. You're just like, oh, I'm going to die. And then you usually do because it took too long for your med kit to work. It's beyond irritating. It really is. The building drone. This is the thing that would be very nice to have too. I think this is super cool. And you can, like, in my mouse, I can feel the vibration. So if you've got force feedback, you'll be able to feel the vibration of the game, of the starrupture. Oof. Oh, okay, let's use this really quick on the food side. Let's get some of this going. I guess we'll put that in there. Slide down. We got some other stuff. We've got some hydro. Let's do that. Slide down. We got some prickly pears. Let's do those. And purple plant. Some of that. Oop. Let's add that in there. Okay. And then here, got the 1,000 I need. Let's just do that, so I don't have to fight with that no more. And then the smelter, fabricator. I still need titanium bars. I need 402 titanium bars. And then a bunch of rods. Okay, okay, so let's cool the door off. And we're out. Okay, so... Oh, I gotta wait for it to cool off. I need that wire, though. Let's just take the wire. Take the wire. Take the wire. Okay. Oops. Okay. No, we want to make plates for those. We'll put wire there. And what was that one? This one? Put wire there. Doesn't matter. You could do either one of those. Wire. Wire. Early game, the big thing is just to get your basic base set up. Crank out some of these items so you can get the basic couple levels out of the way. It'll help you get going when it comes to pushing through and getting what you need to get out there and explore. Let's see, I want that. I'm gonna take 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 that and that. And I'm gonna take that. Oh, I can't put any more in there. Okay, let's go. Did I drop it? Yeah, I dropped it. Shit. Okay. I need all that stuff for the research station. And you can't put the research station outside. All that stuff has to stay. It's all got to be in a base. So that kind of sucks. I can't put it close to where I need it to be. Rods, wire, more rods, wire. Okay. So that got me, so I need 600 rods, 600, I need 800 rods, and I need like 2 little bitty iron bars, which sucks because you can't really get 2. I don't need that, we'll drop that out. Oh, I did. I got 2. Lucky me. All right, we'll let that do its piece. It's doing those pieces. Oh, shit. Run. Because we're going to go explore here real quick. Insert. Now we've unlocked that. All right, let's go. Everybody's dead for the moment. So we're going to run up here and explore this first little base area. Well, it's kind of the second. That's an area that you can explore too. That's got a bunch of guys in it. But we're gonna run up to this one. And like everything, your stamina kind of sucks early game. You can eventually upgrade your stamina, how much you have, and you can upgrade the stamina recharge rate as well, so that you can move a whole lot faster. You do a lot of running in this game. Like, you don't get the chance to build portals to jump between your base until pretty much end game of the early access content. Kind of sucks. It'd be nice to get it just a little bit sooner. Because this map is it's big. I mean, this is a big map for something that's early access. It's huge. It would be interesting. I don't think they have any plans for it, especially when they open up all of the areas that are radiation. Man, when they start opening up all that kind of stuff, you're going to end up with so much that you could almost PvP some of this game. Because there's going to be tech that you've got to run around and get. You've got to upgrade your own base. And there's so many resources around here in this game. I'm doing this in a hurry right here, dead bodies. Because right now there's no baddies around here. And if I get this done quick enough, I don't have to fight them. And so you can set yourself up where you can do exploration of a lot of these buildings, and you're not dealing with enemies. You can do the exploration and not have to do really any fighting. So these boxes with the blue tops, these are where you're going to find your blueprints. Occasionally you get some stuff. It's talking about the LEM, and those are things that that's what these are. They're LEM pieces. I dropped something. Let's use that. Oops, shouldn't have used that. Use that. What is that? Against toxicity. Oh, I don't want to get a. Let's use that. I don't like giving up anything. And those are good. Okay, probably gonna have to come back because there's some bodies and stuff, some other stuff to search, but I don't have a very big inventory right now. You know what? Drop that. I don't need those. Let's drop that because that has toxicity. Let's drop that. It has toxicity. Let's drop that. It has toxicity. There's a dead body over here. I want to make sure I get that because the war bonds are a big deal. You can crouch in the game, so just that's your left control. Let you crouch. Here's another. You get these different pieces. It talks about, it gives you history to the game. You can read that on your own. You don't need me. I think that's it. This just gives you freebie building material. Trying to kind of be quick here. I went up and did that place. Okay. I think I've got everything I need. I don't have my map, so I can't look. Ooh. Damn it. Use that. And that's how you get through from the other side. Okay. All right, we're out. So we did it. So we explored that area. We didn't have to worry about bugs. We didn't have to fight a whole bunch of people to do it. So it just proves you don't have to fight all the time if you don't want. If you like the exploration portion of it, I can't really pick up shit else. You can do that. Okay, let's go through here and get rid of some stuff. I never used a shotgun right now. Let's top that off and we'll drop that out of the way. I don't use anything that requires toxicity because I don't want to have to deal with it. Energy regeneration. That's the only one that's kind of worth it. So, and you can see a good distance in this game, so you can really see where your base is at. These little towers, if you put a habitat where every one of those base core towers are at, you're gonna always have a place to hide, and you'll be able to see as like, you know, it'll be like a marker saying, hey, safeness here, come here for safety. So you'll save yourself a lot of trouble just by putting a habitat at every single one of those towers. It doesn't even have to have anything in it. Maybe a little storage, something like that. You know, it doesn't have to be. Don't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be. Yep, there they are. See, came out of the ground. These blue guys they're the worst. Always target them first. These guys are the weak little turds. Okay, now it's all regen, and the world's back. So you get it. There's a, like if you look online, they give you like a total. Somebody's already calculated every ounce of time that each stage is. It's like, so for, I think it's 40 minutes for this stage here. Did I drop it? Nope. Okay. So you had 40 minutes of building and doing this kind of stuff, and then it's like 2.5 minutes, I think it is, for your to run around after the wave and the flame kills everything. And then you got like 2.5 minutes that you can basically run around and gather whatever you need. Okay, so we're gonna come here, and all of these items, you just double click and it gives me points. 1,000 for those. There was something that I attacked and did, and when I put it over here, it was like 30 or 40,000 data points. It was huge. I was like, oh my god. I don't remember what it was, but I just remember it was there, and it was something I was very surprised by. Fabricator, what do we need? What do you tell me I got? Okay, so I picked up the Stator blueprint. Alright, we did this. We got a grenade. This is where we'll get our rifle and be able to do mods. So titanium sheets are going to get us that faster. Rods, we still need to do this one. That's wire. That's those plates. Okay, so let's go out here and doing that. Again, we're just trying to plow through these beginner levels before we get to the more complex stuff. We want to get to the rifle, and we want to get to be able to automate the basic building supplies or materials. You say Q lets me put away what's ever in my hand. Just hold Q. Christy, it's going right along. We're plowing right through it here. Okay, so I don't know if I need those anymore, though. Let's do these. take all that. What? That stuff was still there, and we... No, I dropped it after the flame, didn't I? Yeah. Wait a minute. That's interesting. Huh. You're supposed to wipe out with the flame. I'm certain it did. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. Which way you going? Which way you going? There we go. There we go. So now we need 3 and 100. So we need 400 more rods. And then we need to start making plates. Okay. Can I build? Okay, I can build. I can build storage. Okay. You can stack them 3 high. 3 high drives me nuts. Because usually the 3rd high one you're fighting to try to click on it. Let's dump all this stuff off in here. We're going to keep 1 set there. And then I always leave a little room here to put those in so we're not messing with those. Okay. Where are we at here? All right. We're getting there. What else do we get? Okay, so we can put the respawn point in here instead of being in the ship. So now we can come click on this. When it's yellow like that, that's your regen chamber. You die, you can come back here. You can put these anywhere you have a habitat, you could put one of these. So if you're playing single and you move off to an area that's way far away, put a habitat down. Put a regen chamber. Throw an analyze station and a recipe station in there. It doesn't take a big one. Just throw a little bit of that on there. Throw one of these little storage things on the wall. And then link yourself to this one. Go explore, and you have a place to fall back to. And if something bad happens, you regen right close by to go get your stuff. Makes your life a whole lot easier. Okay, we need to see what we want next. We definitely want this, and we need titanium rods to do it. Okay, I got to quit screwing around and get the titanium rods going for there. And then this one is titanium sheets. Got to go do calcium ore. And that's wolfram plates. Okay, so here's where we're gonna get interesting. All right, we're gonna finish these rods. Let's go ahead and do our pillars, our platforms here. Let's lock it in. And I'm going to put our supports in. Okay. Look at that. Left those completely out. Oh, look at that. I got some down here. Since we're here, and see at the top up there, it says core overheat level. That's one of the things that you want to watch, because if what you've got in plates, the ground pieces and your items that are attached to it exceed that, then eventually it's going to shut down and not run. And that'll suck. Okay, I need 400 of these still. That's 300. I need one more. And then we're going to put these in. Connect them. And again, I'm not overly like, oh my God, I've got to be, I'm not going to change this, because I'm going to change it. I'm going to, I'm going to tear the whole thing apart at some point. So I'm just trying to get through these initial areas and these levels, so I can do that. Okay. Is my stuff blinking? Yep. Okay, so we got through those. Okay, anybody else need wire? You can do wire, but you need a plate there, and we need plates there. Okay. I need wire. Something I'm going to need for other stuff to be made. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down 4 storage. Right here for now. And we're going to connect them up. So we're going to select wire, 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 wire. And so now it's just pumping the wire to fill these up. And that'll save us some trouble down the road when we need some wire. And then what I want to do with these is retool these to plates. I can take these and plates, plates, and plates, and plates. Okay. And then I can come over here and I can take this wire that I just picked up. I got a place to put it. Okay, now I didn't know. No waste. No waste. We're just saving it for later. We're going to use it later. Okay, I do need you. And then you're going to be, nope, you're going to be, and you're going to be, and you're going to be. Okay. Now we'll let that run for a little bit, and we need to go set up over there a new setup that would allow us to do the calcite. You and you. Okay, all good there. All good. We're unlocking it piece at a time here. No big deal. So we gotta go do the calcite. We finished something already. Okay, so now we need titanium sheets for that. Still need titanium rods. Are we working on this one? Yes. Okay, so we're working on that one. That's titanium sheet, and then calcite and wolfram plates. We'll let that roll. Okay, off we go. We have stuff to do it. Okay, cool. Sweet. Rolling. So now here's something we need to look at, because see, this is the line where I was at previously. This is where my stupid drone would be useful, because I need to go up let's just go see if we can get a little height here. I can see. Shit. Okay, we're gonna try this trick. Somebody out there in the big wide world of the internet suggested doing this. Okay, you can't build outside of the base area with a core item. So if I just go now, I can see where the edge of that core is at. And when I put a new core in, I can keep going and hit T. Never trust those internet types. Raya, hey, how are you? Okay, so we hit T and we lock that in place. Now we can go back here. Oh, you get too far away from it, it goes back. Oh shit. Okay, we can go a ways out here, I think. Problem is shit. So here's my problem. Oh, Tox. Oh, hey, what are you doing coming in with a different account? Tox, what are you doing? Tricking me like that. Okay, we're going to go right to the edge. I think we're going to go right to the edge of where we can build. I think that's right at the edge. Okay. We're going to lower that just a little bit. We're going to hit that. Hopefully I did not leave a gap in here. I'm really hoping we'll see. I'm hoping that this lined up really well. If not, I screwed up. Ugh, guess what? I screwed up. Okay, well, you know what? This is how I'm going to solve that because cores are cheap and they're easy. And so I'm just going to go right in between them. And I'm going to do that. Okay. All right. Not worried about none of that right now. I'm just trying to get it out here. Looks like see how it's turning blue? Somebody's attacking it. And if they put like a little spore thing on it, it basically shuts the whole thing down and you can't do anything with it. So you got to make sure you're watching out for that because that really sucks. Okay, I can still use it, so he didn't get a spore on it. He just damaged it some. Okay, how do I want to do this? Because there's more titanium there, and I know that right over there is also more wolfram, and I'm going to want to use that for stuff that is here. Shoo. This should be a whole lot easier to do, though. Let's see if we can get away with running this out there and not drawing too much attention. Oh, man, guess what? I don't know if shit. Okay, I'm going to have to take that one down and come this way anyway because these have to be within this line or I can't build on them. Ah, doggone it. That's one of the things in this game. You got to figure it out a little bit by little bit, work it out, solve the problem. But, of course, now that I've got that one down, see, where's the edge of that one? The edge of that one is right there. Oops, see, now I got guys to fight. Ah, piss posh. They're just being early game right now, so they're not overly difficult, but you'll get a whole lot more of these guys trying to chase you down when you get out of this starter valley. They'll come at you in like a couple of waves, and it's crazy. I really want to be able to modify this pistol to have a few extra rounds. Or maybe even change the rate of fire on it or something. Okay. Alright, let's creep up this way a little bit more. I need this calcite. That's kind of what I'm doing all this for. Oh man, look at that. I'm really close to being right on where I need to be. Okay. 2. Put that right there. Yeah. That's awesome. That works. That works perfect. Cool. Okay. So now when I come back over here, I can see the boundaries. You don't have to do this. You don't have to set the boundaries like this close, like I'm doing. You don't have to make sure that they're overlapping or anything like that. I do it. I like to try to do it when I can. Oh, chipmongers. I'm 2 blocks the wrong direction. I like to do it because it makes it way easier to make a really large base and get better coverage for heat dispersion. Again, I don't know if it really makes that big of a difference. Oops, I want to be right here where I can see it because I just want to move over. I just want to move over 2. That's all I want. Like this heat core right now, it says heat core level 0 of 1,000. So because it's 0 of 1,000, I've got nothing here that's going to need to burn off any heat. But as I add things, it will. If I stack 2 of these right at the edges of each other's deal, what's between them will have a lot of extra heat dispersion, and I don't have to upgrade the tower. If I don't have to upgrade the tower, then I don't have to worry about getting attacked. Okay, it was like right here. 1, 2. It needs to be right there. Okay, that's topped. There. Okay. Top. 1, 2. Okay. Now let's see if I got it right. So this game, the piece that I'm talking about is this game has a bit of a power. Okay. Yeah. There we go. So then I can build everything except for like right on that line. So does that mean I need to move over 1 more? Damn it. Okay, 1 more. 1 more. We're not going to waste our time with much more than that, but we're going to do 1 more just because I kind of want to get on with it, show you the map. At least you can have an idea what that looks like. Okay, we're going to move over 1 more. And in this game, you don't take a loss of your materials when you break something down. So you could take this apart and put it back together 100 times, and you always get everything that you used, you get it back. All right, so now we need to get this stuff going. So there. Okay, that works for me. Now we need this. I want to get rid of these, but it doesn't get rid of it easily. Okay, we're gonna hit Y. Oh, why you can do that? Really? What is it colliding with? That's something they're gonna have to fix. See, but I can place it down 1 at a time. I don't understand why it says I'm colliding with something when I can put it down singly. Ugh, irritating. Irritating. So those four those four drills I put down are using 12 heat from 1,000. This place usually is pretty big for me because this calcite is going to be used for a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Oh, don't think I meant to do underneath. That's okay. Like you use it for glass, you use it for man, you use it for a lot. Okay, let's just click here. Again, I just like to blend my bases into the ground just a little bit. It's a personal deal. Some people like to build it, the whole thing way up off the ground. I honestly don't think it matters. Those stupid little bugs can jump really high. So the only ones that don't jump really high are freaking the rhino bug kind of thing, and I don't think it matters. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this started. So the first thing we need is that. We're going to take this. We're going to get this started. Why are you not lining up? What, did I choose the wrong thing? No? That was odd. That was really odd. And again, kind of the same thing here. I'm just going to put this one right here. We're just going to run these two both to it. And then I'm going to put this one like right here so it's attached. Oh, I don't have any power. I don't have any power on this thing at all. Okay. Okay, so now we need to do some power. Let's go way over here for now. Let's go right here. So we're going to drop some solar generators that we are going to get rid of as soon as we can. Let's put the gun away. We don't need that out. Okay, so we're using 20. What I need... Oh, we got to put a habitat. We always want to put a habitat. Let's go ahead and put our habitat. Let's just go ahead and put it one off of that. We will put the door right there. And I'm going to cheat a little, put a door on that side because this is in between. I want to put habitat on the top. We're going to put a ladder on the inside. We're going to do it right there. We're going to go ahead and put a window there. We're going to put a window there. We are going to put... get rid of that. We're going to put that right there. We are going to put an analyzing station right there. We're going to put the recipe station right next to it. We're going to put a crafter right there. We're going to grab a little bit of storage and pop it in right there. Let's see, what else we got we need to put in here? Upstairs, we're going to put in the respawn point. And windows. I don't care that way because that's... there. Now we get a nice grand view. And for now, I'm going to log myself to here. We need the calcite that is over here being made. We need 1,000. Oh, I can put... hang on. I can put a storage depot. 1. Oh, not enough resources. Okay, well, we're going to put 1. That'll give me 400. I'll grab these 2. It should be pretty close. Ugh. Let's do this. For right this second, let's just do that. There. That'll go a little faster. That'll speed her up. These tier 1s are so... these tier 1 belts are so slow. Horribly slow. As soon as we get the pistol, or get the rifle, then we'll take on that little thing right there. When you turn it on, it's like a seismograph radio station kind of deal, and it creates, it's like a mini wave game. You take on 3 or 4 waves of these enemies that try to destroy it, and once you successfully defend it, then it shows you where things like the dead bodies and the drones and stuff are. It uncovers a chunk of the map for you. You can tell the difference. This one's a 2 for 2, so 1 every second. This one up here is going to be probably a 4. Oh, it's only a 2 for 2 as well. That's it. Oh, I think it's because I took 100 out of that one already. What is this one? That's a 2 for 2. Calcite's harder to tell if it's a good node or not. That's 2 for 2. At least I think it is. I think they could make a bigger difference in the way that this like calcite node looks. Because 2 for 2, that's just your basic one. Alright, ready, go. Alright, research, smelter, insert. Okay, we're still short. Are you... what the... fug monkeys? I need like 70. Or 67. Was 68. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, shit. No, I need like another 200. Oh, okay. Get rid of that. All right. There's the equipment. So that gets us that. And there's an upgrade right there that we need. Okay. So now we need titanium sheets. Titanium sheets. Titanium sheets. Titanium housing. Calcium ore. We're gonna do in just a minute. And wolfram plates for the drone. Okay, so we need wolfram plates. We need to go redo those. And that just wants calcium ore? Wow. Okay. Okay. We need more building material anyway. I can't do anything with any of it, so... Where we at? Let's get 150 and we'll take that. I think we only needed 130, but okay. And then we have to run back to the other base. We have to reset what's being done. Smelter. Oh, shit. Knockers. Need another 50. Damn it. Ugh, my mathematics sucks. Okay, there's another 50. Should be good. Alter. There we go. Okay, so now we've unlocked that. So now we've got to run back to the other base, reset the other stuff, open the airlock. And then we'll have to get some more building material, basic building materials, and then come back and set up the OCLs. And then we'll be able to get that pushed through and get ourselves the map. Because the map is important. You need the map. The map is very useful, extremely useful. Again, I think they do... The one thing I personally believe they do right in this game is the way that they... the way that they set up how you progress in the beginning. They don't really like openly hinder you, but they definitely find ways to hinder you at least a little bit. Like if you're an adventurous person, you can really just jump right out there if you wanted to. Like you can just take off over the hills and whatnot with your little laser, your mining laser, and go for it. You're probably not going to make it very far. It's probably not going to be in your best interest, but it is. You can do it. Again, just probably not in your best interest, just because you are going to die. And you do want the map. You don't have to have the map if you're one of them people that is really good with sight and being able to see the terrain. You know, like you visualize the terrain really well and know where you're at. Then you're not one of those people that's going to have problems running around without a map. Just the downside is the map is going to be the thing that's going to help you see where places are that you've unlocked, and they, you know, you can find on your own. We need to go make building material. Okay, make max. All right. Let's see, what can we do with this? There's got to be someplace we can put it in real quick. There we go. All right, so that's doing its thing. Do we need plates? I've got more building material. Do we need plates? Wolfram plates. Is there anything we need We need the titanium sheets, but no wolfram plates to unlock anything. Okay. And this is the other thing I don't like, is that there's not really a very good like way to see. It's like, okay, I want to see what it takes to make this building material. Like it says, it's crafted in the fabricator or basic item printer. Okay, but what does it take? You know, what do I need to go into it? And even if I go out of this and I hit build, and I go to my fabricator and I look at it, I'm like, all it does is show me what the fabricator can make. I can't click on what goes into it. And the only way I can do that is to go out here and go to one of those items itself, click on it, go to the recipes, and then highlight over it. Now I can see it takes wolfram ore and titanium ore. That's the only way I can tell what's in that recipe. There's not like a book in your inventory. Like there's nothing here that tells me what recipes are. I can't see what they are. You know, so I have no idea what what a recipe is unless I actually go to the factory item itself and say, tell me what that recipe is, and that sucks. Let's see, wolfram ore, titanium ore. So this one you can do in a fabricator, and you can do directly off of the ore. So I need to pull that forward. Because that's going to have both my ores. Okay, now I need to do fabricator. 1, 2. See, why did it do that? That's what I'm talking about right there. That's that weird thing. You know, building is colliding with another building, but it's not supposed to be colliding with another building because it's in the wrong spot. Okay, sounds like we got another. See, why is that off? And I'm going to do my usual, cut it close. Run! Run! Woo! Ka-choo! Okay, can we build power? All we can do is a solar generator still. Ugh. Ugh. Need more. Ooh. All right, so as soon as that cools off, we got to go put more power. Need more power. It's like the story of this game. At least a quarter of the story of this game is need more power. Get me more power. And right now, like it has 4 character types that you can play the game as, but right now none of the characters have an advantage or a disadvantage over the other characters. It's currently really just kind of a character story type. I would think maybe in the future they're gonna do something else with that, and you'll actually have character story arcs or something that maybe make a difference, or they have each character type has a different benefit or downside to them. There we go. Why are these all off? Because that one's off. That's why. One more. One more. One there. One there. Okay, so can't go there. Oh, see, I'm too close to this. Starlight's obstructed, so now I can't do it. I can't do it right there. Just kind of a weird. You know, I can put one in front of the other, but I can't do it that way. Okay. And it buys me another little bit of a window. That's why you got to really work towards those the wind turbines, because those wind turbines are like a ton better. So let's see, wind turbine. Nope, wind turbine here. So whatever this is. So calcite, calcium ore. We've got to get these set up so we can drive towards the wind turbines. Don't really care about war bonds at this point. The furnace is the next thing we need. And that's titanium sheets. So titanium sheets is the story. So let's go over here. And we're going to re-plug this to titanium sheets. Oh, son of a biscuit. All I need to do is just do this. Sometimes even my stupidity amazes me. That's one of the reasons I'm glad they kind of just give you all your shit back when you mess up. Because... Alright, titanium sheets. Recalibrate the titanium sheets. Was there another one that was titanium? It's better. This one. That one. That one. Okay. At least not one, not. Okay. All right, well, now we're after titanium sheets. Are these... Okay. We need to put some storage. Because this is going to get my building material going. We're going to do this one just a little bit weird, and quicker, because I just want to be able to get it out so we can get it stored. Okay. Where are we at here? Oof, we're going to need some of that. Let's drop that. Okay. Which way do we want to go with this one here? Let's just take an assessment. Oh, fuck. Get off there. Okay, so this is about to be done with wolfram plates. The question is what are these rails? What are they going to cost me? Calcium ore, I need to go over there and just do that one real quick. That's titanium housing, and I believe that's sheets and rods. So we're going to have a little hiccup when it comes to that one. And the furnace is titanium sheets. And this one is titanium sheets. So we're going to have a little bit before we need that other one. Oh, man, look at there. Level 4 unlocked. Claim. Now we got the drone, which will make that a whole lot easier to do building with. Wolfram plates or titanium housing. I guess not as long as I thought that we were going to have. Because that's titanium housing and that's titanium housing. So those two... are going to be titanium housing. I need to get these level 2 rails. That's a titanium sheet. And that's a titanium sheet. So we are going... okay, let's go get the calcium set up here because we're going to need it. So we'll do that real fast. So I'm saying run. There's no really any faster way to do it. Eddie Ray, welcome. Okay, I can take this down. It's not doing any good. It was just a marker. Okay, don't need that. We need to set up a couple of OCLs over here so that they can launch 1,000 calcite into space, which is kind of freaking silly. All right, so... okay, we can do 3 off of 1. So if we take this and we go right out here, put that down, we could put 1, 2, 3. And we can do just like this. Again, yes, that irritates me, but I just want to get it. I need to get this calcite out so that we can unlock the map. There we go. And then we'll be able to move on. Because the map is important. Alright, so that gets slowpokes. Alright, so then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to do that right there, and then we're going to take and do 3 more. 1 there. Not enough resources. Are you kidding me? Okay. Well, we'll do this. We'll get that rolling. Go back and get the other stuff going. Okay, anything we need to do here? I hate carrying this extra stuff around. Drives me bonkers. Alright. Do we have anything we need to use that stuff to research with? That's before I dip it. I want to make sure I don't need it. Don't need anything there. Titanium housing. I have to make that stuff. Okay. Alright, let's haul back over to the main base. This place over here is we're just about outgrown it, to be honest. Because we're going to end up turning a lot of it into other stuff. There's a pure iron node that's up there that I think I'm going to take and run down here. Because then I can use that to make housings and tubes and all kinds of other stuff. Oops, not where I want to go. Okay, so... Ooh, your move's so slow. It's almost faster to make it yourself. I'm gonna make it myself because I can actually get it done a whole lot quicker. We'll take that. We'll take that. We'll take that. And we'll take this one. That gives me 4. Go over here and I'll snag what's here out. I need about 30. Oh, look at that. Puts us pretty close. Puts us pretty close. Just hand jam these real quick. I like this max. Doesn't have me wasting my time. Alright, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I'm going to use those, and I don't really... You're going to waste them. Okay, are we still... What are we still doing? Are we still pumping out? No, we are not right this moment. Okay, so who can use those? I want to use 35 instead of 12s. That's working it. That's working its part. That's working its part. I guess for the interim, while I'm building the other stuff, so these aren't just sitting here idle, I'll just put these on here. And then this can just process while we're off doing our other stuff. We're going to run our butt out here. Now, the only reason I know it's here is because I've got quite a few hours in the game, and I know it's out here because I've explored it. So, inside there is where the lander is. So you come out right there, and you start. This basically is where it opens up. If you come to the right, you work your way up here along this ridge, and you come right up through here. Oops, 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 oops. Pistol, pistol, pistol. Woo! Watch out, Tex. And you can loot those and use those to get data points. So you come right out here, and there it is. To come right up, and it's going to be right on the edge of the radiation zone. And all you need to do is yeah, who's next? Little jerks. Working on my shields, what you were doing. Yeah, I forgot though. You got to put a core up. No big deal. Just got to put a core up. And then pretty much do the exact same thing with the core that I showed you earlier. Make sure that you protect it. See, because you got these guys that want to be jerks. I don't know where those guys were coming from. In some places, once you clear them out, then you don't have to worry about them again. They really don't come back unless you increase this. That's its tier. We'll just put our little tower up again. High means they can't really spit at it. They have to break through one of these things to be able to get at it directly. So again, it protects us. It protects this tower from going down, because if the tower goes down because it's infected, then it shuts down everything within its range. And if it gets like super infected, then it's a real pain in the rear, because then these little enemy dudes like literally spawn right here at the tower. And so then trying to fight your way back in to clear the tower of any of the infectious stuff and do anything with it is like 10 times harder. And the only way you can do it is wait till the next wave. Well, it's not the only way you can do it, but waiting until the next wave is like the next easiest way to deal with it. Okay. Do this. So we have a spot. We're going to put just a pole up here, because remember, I like to do that. Makes it easier, cleaner for when we're connecting. Makes a nicer piece. It doesn't quite wind and act all crazy with just like the way that the single line works. Now, as you can see, our base is back over here, but we need to put power to this first. So you are rude. Where are you coming from? Are you jumping up from down here?
Why did you choose a career in the military?
My father was a soldier, as was his father. My aunt's a cop, and my cousin's in special forces.
So oppressing people is a family tradition?
Yes. We drink discipline and courage with our mother's milk.
That did not match what was on the little reading piece. And that's not supposed to come through. I've got that turned off. These guys, between all four of the people that are supposedly in the game, characters, they just banter all the time back and forth about stuff. They really don't provide a lot of anything for the story. There's another piece right there that if you don't mind taking a little damage, you can actually get another miner on that and bring even more ore over. But that's a pure node that I put this on, so it's an 8-to-1. So every 1 second is spitting out 8. This tier 1 rail can't keep up with that. So it's kind of pointless. Okay. Man, it doesn't like working from underneath. Okay. So now we're just going to run this single line out back to our base. So yeah, it doesn't quite exactly, like the cursor, where you're pointing at with the cursor is not where it goes. I know it shouldn't be that big of a deal, but to me it makes it a little harder to line up where you want things to be. Okay. We need to bring this in at some point here. So we need to go down here and increase. I don't know if I want to increase that base size or just start new, like right here. Because it's going to be, I'm just going to start new, like right back up here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Why? Because I can. I don't know how. I probably shouldn't have put it that low. Yeah, see, I'm going to run into a problem. I should have put that lower. And it doesn't have like a group size erase, so you can't like highlight a bunch of stuff and erase it all at one time. But the little erase cursor speeds up as you are deleting more than one item at a time. Then the little cursor thing speeds up. Okay, let's go right there. But it's still a little wonky in comparison to being able to just go and delete it. Like if I could put it out like that, it'd be great to delete a larger section like that. Yeah, see, it's all too deep. I gotta do it the other way. I need to be able to make, I'm trying to make, shit, the titanium cubes or whatever they're called. And so, you are in the wrong place. This stuff to line up real quick. We'll throw down the rest of it, and then we'll start doing the mathematics to determine what the ratio needs to be to build the titanium. I put nothing in the middle, did I? Oops. Okay. So here's another tip. Here's a tip to it. If you're looking at an item and you're on a keyboard and you hit Z, it copies that item. So that speeds up a little bit when you're trying to build bigger areas and you don't want to go in and out of the menu and you're doing that kind of stuff. You just look at what you still want. If it's there, then you just hit Z and bam, you're good. Okay, let's go back up on top. Okay, and then we're going to choose the platforms. Oops, hit Y again so it unlocks it because it's trying to go to the lower level. There we go. And there we go. And there we go.
It's been years since I've seen my mother, or abuela. Do you miss your family, Chris?
I don't think about them at all. I need to focus on my research.
You wouldn't want to see your mother?
What for? She wouldn't understand my work anyway.
Family is to get you away from work.
That's the worst.
That conversation right there, that's why I usually have it turned off, because it scared me. It made me jump, I'm not going to lie. I was not expecting there to be a voice. Alrighty, so I know it's 8 to 1, right? So I know that I need to put down 8 smelters. So here, I'm outside the core area. I need another core. Okay. Core's right there, so I got to go all the way back up here to do this again so that I can build in this area. Where we got to go? Where we got to go? I can't see my... It drives me nuts. Oh, crap. Okay. Nope, here. Click that and C, and now I got my little drone. There we go. Now I can see, so can I put it up here? Hit T. Yes. Yes, I can. All right, click. There it is. There we go. That little drone is so nice. Okay, so now we need to put in smelters. Okay, we're gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4. Shit. And 1, 2. Uh-oh. Okay, so I gotta build some stuff around it. Q. Let's eat, because it says my calories are low. Okay, problem solved. Okay. We need to build more of this. Can I get up there? Son of a gun. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to need it to come in right here, actually. Let's go ahead and put this down. Let's do that. Do that. Okay, and then we want these. And we'll do that. Can we not do this right here? Oh. Okay, so it's 3 per. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. We need at least 2 more out. Yes. Okay, and then we got to do some of the finagling stuff down here. Let's see. Y, so it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, it doesn't need it there. Maybe right there. Looks like the rest of that's gonna sit just fine. And we're gonna this. Now the rest of it should be good. Oh, piss. Okay, well, I gotta go from here. And yes, we're gonna have to put power on this here at a point. All right, let's just go one more. What the hell? Okay. Z. And step out of the way. Hit C, and that'll let me do this. And I can line it up a little bit better. Okay, that's 4 and 4. All right, so now we need to be able to get it everywhere. One there, and guess where I'm standing? Right in the way. That figures. Okay, C. Get my butt out of the way. There we go. Let's. Ugh, man, we got a lot going on here. All right, I want to finish this, at least a little bit of it, and then we're going to have to pick up tomorrow. I need to get my break in. We've been streaming for 3 hours. And then it'll be 7 days to die time. Are we getting ready for another rupture already? Well, that seemed really fast. Okay, we want to get rid of that. Let's grab that.
If we could capture a slasher alive,
Out of the question.
I could hook it up to the
Can I
apparatus
get to it?
and study
Will it let
its
me?
reactions.
Security protocols
Wow.
won't allow it.
Okay,
There's
cool.
no discovery without risk.
Find a different path to fame.
Okay,
It's not about
and
fame, it's about
power.
science.
oh, because I'm in that freaking edge of that. Oh, did I seriously end up leaving a gap? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I overlapped. I'm okay. Well, we just messed that all up, didn't we? All up. There we go. And so power passes through the rail lines as well. So when I put those couple pieces up there, the couple of the solar deals, it was passing power through the rail line that comes down into this one all the way down here. So now what it's doing is now that everything's got power, it's transferring all of the stuff from way up there down the rail line, and then it's going to start passing it around down here. Now the bonus is I can do this. Now don't waste that ore. What is that? What is that? That's meteorite heart. Just drop that right there. Okay. Well, so now we're setting up our titanium cube or whatever it is. Manufacturing up here, so we'll have rods and plates, and they'll make cubes. This stuff down here will turn into other stuff like ammunition manufacturing and building material manufacturing and that kind of stuff. So, no worries there. Titanium sheet. Anybody else need titanium sheet? You don't. You do. Okay, here. All right, and this is slowly cranking out building material. Ooh. We're still cranking on this one. We're getting there. It's so ridiculously slow. We need tier 2. We need tier 2. Get this stuff sped up. What do we got here? All right, we're gonna... Lem station is good. Now we need the calcium powder and stuff to unlock to the next level. We've got this piece. So now we've got the map, calcite sheets, and blocks. We'll unload the next one. No big deal. The titanium housing is what we need for this one. Wolfram powder, which I know we're going to get that. Titanium sheets are adding to this one right now. And the titanium housing pieces are the ones we're going to finish setting up tomorrow. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Starrupture, the beginning of Starrupture. Now we're getting into a little bit more complicated elements, more complicated items to make. So we're gonna pick it up tomorrow, 12 U.S. Mountain Time, and we're gonna have right back at it again. Same bat channel, same bat time. See what we can get accomplished tomorrow. I think we're gonna do good. We got a lot today. We got a lot set up. We got a lot moving forward. I think tomorrow's gonna be another good one. We're gonna get a lot more done. We're gonna get more exploration done tomorrow because we're starting to get to a point where we need recipes. So we're gonna have to branch out, and now that we're making wolfram powder, we're gonna be able to make unlock the guns, and we'll be able to unlock ammo here and be able to start making the bigger guns and doing more exploration tomorrow. So all right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for hanging out with me. I appreciate your time. As always, the likes, the shares, all of it are wonderful. Thank you very much. I appreciate it greatly. And we'll see you all in about 1 hour, about 50 minutes. We're going to pick up 7 Days to Die, Survivalist difficulty level, and continue on with that. So, hey, thanks, and we'll hope to see you then.